Hey everyone, it is so good to be with you today as we continue on in walking through the Beatitudes together. Today we are going to be looking at a statement from Jesus that may make you feel like he is talking to you. We read in Matthew chapter 5, verse 4, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." Did you catch that? Blessed are those who mourn. Right out of the gates, we know who Jesus is talking about. Those who mourn. Well, I have a feeling you have probably mourned something in your life, and it seems pretty clear that Jesus is talking to all of humanity in this moment because we all mourn. We all face challenges in our lives. But before we go any further, I have a question for you. Have you ever been cold? A few years ago, my family went on a week-long vacation together over New Year's. When we arrived home, our plane didn't land in Portland until midnight. So we didn't arrive home until very, very late. I remember walking in the door to our house and it being so cold. My whole family was shivering so much, there was no relief. We exhaled and watched our breath float through the air. And because after a week of no heat running through our house, it felt like we stepped into an ice box below freezing in the middle of the night. I can remember laying in my bed with 3 layers on and still just shaking. It was so cold. I'm pretty sure my blankets were frozen. It was then that I had an amazing idea. I went on my floor and sat directly next to the heater that was just turned on to full blast. I grabbed my blanket and tucked it under my body and covering the heater. And immediately, it was like I stepped into some sort of paradise. I had never been so comforted by the heat. I went from feeling so intensely cold to feeling unexplainably comforted by warmth. And I think that the statement of Jesus's that we read earlier has a connection to this sensation of comfort. See, as mentioned previously, we can all think of a moment where we were in mourning, where we have experienced moments of deep sadness or sorrow. But there's something really interesting here because Jesus says that those who mourn are blessed. Or in other words, they are happy or fortunate. Now, wait a minute. I don't know about you, but these aren't exactly the feelings I face in mourning. So why does Jesus say such a thing? But it's important to hear the entirety of Jesus' statement because he ends this statement with some important words. For they will be comforted. Have you experienced a comfort like what I shared about? Maybe it was as simple as experiencing warmth in a whole new light, or maybe it was much more complex and deep. Either way, Jesus is saying here that those who mourn are blessed. But why? Because they will experience comfort like never before. In seasons of mourning, we have an opportunity to experience comfort in a whole new light through the love of Jesus. Because being in mourning means that we are not perfect. It means that we don't have life figured out. Being in a state of mourning places us at our humblest. It also gives us the ability to recognize our need as humans. Our need for saving, our need for true and full life to fill our days. And that is such a beautiful aspect to the pain and challenges of mourning. I don't know how you may be mourning today, how you may be coming face to face with your need of Jesus to move in your life. But I do know that Jesus is waiting to walk with you through your mourning. He is pursuing you in the midst of your challenges that you may offer what is out of your control and comprehension to the only one able to assist and comfort. I hope today that no matter where you are, you find encouragement in this truth, that though you may be experiencing great pain and sorrow, our God has so much love for you and he is able to offer comfort in the midst of what you are facing.